What's going on, folks? Dski from Dski Grillz is back, and today we are talking butts. Pork butts, of course. Let's go. All right, folks, so what we have here today is 20 total pounds of protein goodness, all right? We have 2 pork butts that we're gonna be cooking up today. You can see them right here on the cutting board. What I wanna do first is get them opened up, so I'll get them open, then we can come back and start talking about what we're gonna do to make these awesome pork butts on the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill. So folks, we are talking about some awesomeness, all right? So stay tuned, let me get these out of the wrapper, then we'll go to the next step. Okay, folks, so we are back. We have taken the plastic off of both of the pork butts. Again, around 20 pounds of goodness is what we have here. So what we're gonna do first is we're going to inject, okay? So I have my injector. What are we gonna inject with? We're gonna inject with one of my favorite companies that I love to support. I love to buy their products, okay? And that is Heaven Made Products. Heaven Made Products has an It's Incredible marinade that is just divine on chicken, pork, whatever you want to inject. This is the stuff to use, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off first by getting these butts injected. And I'm going to go right into my old Dickies cup. So I use this for all of my marinades. And I'm going to pour in about a 1/4 cup of this stuff, okay? Good enough. Now from there, you can mix with whatever your favorite solution is. You know, it may be water, it may be apple juice. We're doing apple juice today. Okay, so with our apple juice, we're just going to fill the cup up. This is all a part of building flavors, right? So this is, again, what we talk about all the time on this channel is building flavor. So I'm going to give it a hard whisk to make sure everything gets incorporated well. Now this is a lot of marinade, but it's going to be absolutely amazing by getting every nook and cranny of this pork butts injected with this goodness, okay? So folks, what we have now is an awesome marinade full of spices that we're going to inject, all right? I'm going to start right here at the beginning, and we're just going to go ahead and start pumping it up. And what you'll notice is you'll see the pork butt itself swelling up. That's exactly what you want. I expect it to continue to shoot out of different spots, but it's all good. Now, as far as the way I'm doing it, I'm doing 3 in the front, 3 in the middle, and 3 at the end of the pork butt. Okay, folks, so that's the injection process. We'll do, again, the exact same thing to pork butt number 2 and get back together in just a second. Okay, folks, so we have just completed the marinating process for both of our pork butts. Now, as you can see right here, we do have additional marinade that I told you we would lose. Don't worry about that because all the good stuff is still inside of there. All right, now, by doing this, this is twofold. Guess what? Now all of a sudden you're not worrying about a binder because you have injected and you have a wet surface to apply your rub. So the rub we're using today is the Texas Best Rib Rub, all right? Now, this again is another product from Heaven Made Products. So we are showcasing those guys today. So what we'll do is continue this process. I'll get everything, sides, back, the entire pork butts totally coated in this stuff. Even our beautiful fat cap. Check out that fat cap. That's a nice one. I didn't have to do any trimming here because it's like a 1/4 inch thick. It is perfect for what you want because you definitely want these babies to render, marinate in their own juices, and do all that good stuff. Okay, I'll show you how this looks once I complete the seasoning process for both of these butts, and then we'll head outside to the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, folks, so as you can see, both pork butts have been seasoned, top, side, back, everywhere, all right? They're gonna rest on the cutting board. This is gonna start soaking into the pork butts. I love to let my meats kind of soak for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour before grilling. It truly, truly helps to impart flavor, especially in a thicker cut of meat like this, okay? So we'll let this sit here. The next thing you'll see is you and I out there checking out that Weber Summit Charcoal Grill setup, okay? So I'll meet you guys outside while we continue to let these hang out and do their magic. Meet you outside. All right, folks, so we are outside on the patio, and we are with one of my favorite grills. I've talked about it many times that this baby here does it all. From searing to roasting to low and slow. I'm telling you, folks, this thing is awesome. I love my Weber Summit Charcoal Grill. Those who follow the channel, they know how much of a hype I put behind this grill and the versatility of it. So let's check out the grill setup for today. So here's what we got going on. I have Kingsford charcoal filled into this thing right now. It is totally full of Kingsford charcoal. What we're going to use today is the extension rack. All right, so with the extension rack, that's going to allow me to put one pork butt on the main grate and then an additional one right here. So that's how we're going to do this 2 pork butt cook. All right, so I'll put this to the side. So another thing we're going to add to these beautiful pork butts is wood smoke, right? So this is my plan. We're going to have apple cherry pork butts today, okay? So I have chunks of apple, I have chunks of cherry, all right? So the first thing we're gonna do, here's our cherry chunks right here for the other camera, right here. And here's our apple chunks right here, all right? So my thought, folks, is to go ahead and get this grill fired up traditionally, okay? I'm gonna put a wax starter cube on the left side here of the grill. We're gonna get that going. Once this baby comes up to around 225, we're gonna go ahead and add our smoke wood, all right? So we're gonna add a mixture of that apple and that cherry. Then we will be at my favorite part of the video. And you know what that is. Let's get cooking. So I'll see you guys in a bit once we get to that point. All right, folks, so as you can see, we went ahead and added a mixture of apple wood and cherry wood, okay? Now, it's all on the first half of the grill. The reason behind that is this grill burns from left to right, all right? At the very beginning of the cook, the first 3 or 4 hours is when you want to impart your meats with that smoke flavor, okay? So that's why we have everything on this side. By the time it gets to this point, we're done taking in all the smoke we need to take. Then it's all about getting tenderness, right? You've already started forming that bark. You have delicious stuff happening, all right? So we're gonna let this go. I'm gonna close the grill. We'll do that right now. And then the only thing I'm gonna do from there, folks, is open up the exhaust, okay? That makes sure that smoke is coming right through that grill and out, and it is heating that baby up fast. So we'll be at 225 degrees in no time flat and be ready to add our pork butts. So I'll see you guys in just a second when it's time to get it added. We also have to put our diffuser plate on, so let's not forget about that. We'll do it all in just a second. All right, folks, so only 5 minutes later, you can see on the dial that we are right at around 225 degrees right now. So we're gonna go ahead and finish the grill setup right now, okay? So We're going to start off just by getting some gloves for protection. So let's get some gloves on. Our pork butts are doing their magic like I said right now. I'm going to get this closed up. We're going to go ahead and burp for safety like we always do. As you can see, what we have is a nice glow right here in the left-hand corner. That's what we want. It's going to continue to move over this way, grabbing all those pieces of wood and that charcoal and making something special, okay? So let me come over. And what I'm grabbing, folks, first is my diffuser plate. We're going to put that in place. Okay, that's to keep the direct flames and the direct heat off of our pork butts. All right, and we'll also come back with a water pan. We want to promote moisture, make sure these things are tender. Instead of water, we're going to come back with apple juice and stick with that theme. So I'm going about a quarter of the way up with apple juice. Next step, folks, we come back with our grill grate. And I'm going to shut it down again and let it come back up to 225. At that time, we'll go ahead and add our beautiful pork butts. Let's give it about 5 more minutes. See you in a second. All right, folks, as you can see, we are almost at 250 degrees, right around 240. That is the perfect time to go ahead and get these pork butts added. So let's get going on that. So our first baby is being seated right above the water pan. All right, you see that set up? And then we come back and you guys get a chance to see exactly how this baby works. This thing is awesome, okay? There is our riser, so we're able to add our second pork butt. So let's do that now. Now, the reason I love the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill is also that awesome dome lid. There is more than enough clearance to close this up and let this baby do its thing, okay? So I'll shut it down just so you can see that we do have clearance. Okay, we'll go ahead and get our dial down here about a quarter way open. And our bottom intake to the smoke setting. All right, that's all we have to do. The Weber Summit Charcoal Grill will do the rest. We'll get back together in a couple of hours. I'm not worrying about a whole lot of spritzing. We will come back a little bit with apple cider vinegar and water, but that doesn't need to take place for at least 3 hours, okay? So it's all about hitting it with the smoke right now. I'll see you guys in a bit when it's time to check in on these awesome pork butts made on the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill. Okay, back at you 3 hours later. Let's see how these pork butts are coming along. We are sitting right now, as you can see, at around 270 degrees. Perfect temperature for this low and slow cook, okay? Let's get this baby burped, opened up. And you can see we are starting to form a bark. Looks really good. Still soft here. So hours to go before we get where we want to get. We have the pork butt on the bottom as well doing a good job. I'm going to move that and let you see it. I'll just pick it up real quick and let you guys see. You see we have this one here coming along as well, okay? Okay, so we will continue on letting this bark build, and we're going to go ahead and wait another hour or two before we start spritzing. What I brought out is apple cider vinegar and water that I'm going to hit it with for moisture. Right now, there's no need for that. We're going to continue working on that bark. So what I don't want to do is add the apple cider vinegar too early and brush off our bark. That's no good, okay? So let's let it keep going, doing its thing. Low and slow is the way to go, right? I'll see you guys in a couple of hours. Once this baby forms a better bark, then we'll start spritzing. See you in a bit. Okay, folks, we are back 6 hours later. I wanted to wait until I got the bark that I wanted, right? So I wanted to get a nice, firm bark on both of these pork butts before we wrapped, all right? So here's what we got going on. These things look absolutely amazing. All we're gonna do now, folks, is go ahead and get them wrapped and back out on the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill we go, okay? So let's do that now. I'm planning on using heavy duty foil for this one here. And what we'll do is a double fold. What I mean by that is this crisscross pattern that you see here, okay? So we'll go ahead and grab one of our pork butts. We'll sit the baby right here in the middle. All right, and then I'll just grab this foil, tuck it the best I can here, bring it on this side, do the same. Main thing we want to do is get it sealed really good and make sure we don't have any leaks, okay? So we got that going there. And we'll follow up by coming on this side and doing the same thing. Got one here and here. All right, so let's fold this one, flip it around, and fold this one. Okay, so we have a nice care package ready to go back on the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill. We'll let that go. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other one. And the next thing you'll see, we'll probably be closing this video out tomorrow because I plan on letting these pork butts rest for at least 5, maybe 6 hours, okay? So we'll finish this up in the morning, but I'm gonna go right now back on the grill until we reach around 203 degrees or until it is just probe tender. I'll see you guys in the morning and we'll check out the final product. All right, folks, we are back 10 hours later, okay? 10 hours later. We took those pork butts off last night. Once they hit around 204 degrees, they forked like butter, okay? I immediately let them rest for around 30 minutes. Then I put them in a cooler and went to sleep, okay? Now, again, 10 hours later, we are at the cutting board checking out the final product of these 2 pork butts made on the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill. Let's check it out and see how we finished up. Tell you what, that cooler was full of juice. I have to clean me a cooler out this morning. These babies rested, and all kinds of good stuff happened. Oh, look at the bark. Okay, folks, I want you to see the bark on this baby. Look at the bark on this thing. Look at that beautiful defined bark. We're gonna let this one down. Oh, fall apart goodness. Gonna do the same thing to the other one, but look at this. Look at this, folks. This baby is beautiful. This thing is beautiful. All right. We'll take the other one loose. We might as well do them both. I smell nothing but flavor. I think I'm too excited. I don't even know how to get this one loose. Okay. Same beautiful defined bark. You see that? That's what it's all about, all right? Let's get this one out. Oh my goodness. Look at that, folks. Okay, so we know that there is a test to understand if your pork butts have come out good, if they are tender and ready to be pulled, and that is the blade bone. So let's do that right now. Let's check the blade bone out. See what we got here, folks. Think we're good to go? There's a nice clean blade bone right there. Check it out. Let's do the same thing on our second one right here. Here's our blade bone. Look at this, folks. Okay? I'm going to go ahead with my hands and just start moving this around just so you guys can see just how beautiful, how succulent this pulled pork is. Look at that. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to my channel. Let everyone know what Dski Grillz is up to. And as always, at Dski Grillz, grilling is not a pastime. It's a passion. You know what makes pulled pork so good? It's actually injecting to get tenderness on the inside. It's building that bark on the outside. And it's having beautiful pieces like you see right here, where you have bark and you have that inside and you have a little bit of fattiness. And what you have is flavor. If you don't do anything else, go to heavenmadeproducts.com and buy the It's Incredible marinade to inject your pork butt on the next cook, okay? You won't be sorry. This is absolutely magnificent. I'll catch you on the next one. But before we go, let's just peel a little bit into this one as well, okay? I'm just stoked about this. Check it out, folks. Defined bark, pieces through and through with nice bark and crunch to them, okay? Flavor through and through from the It's Incredible marinade. This is pulled pork done right. Catch you later.